Hate, he said, was in my heart. Hate, he said, drove us apart. Hate, he said, to let it go. Hate, he said. But he did not know that what I had inside of me was a sadness born of empathy. That because I did not celebrate, it did not mean I was full of hate. I asked him to just try and see through my eyes the tragedy of dispossession, of the pain, the hurt, of the red of blood that stained this earth. I mourn for the lives that were lost. I mourn for what this country cost. I mourn for how we came to be, for the end does not justify the means. It's in the past, he said, move on. Why? Mourn for something so long gone. I looked at him and I came to say, do you think we should forget about Anzac Day? It's not the same, was his retort. I said, wait a minute, give it some thought. People died while fighting for their land, protecting it from a foreign hand. Make no mistake, there was a war that had been fought on these very shores. A war that didn't always discriminate whether elderly or infants could meet the same fate as those who fought to protect them so, and that's why we should never let go. Never forget what price was paid for us to live as we do today. He looked at me quite seriously, said he celebrates because we're free. He celebrates our democracy and everything great in this country. I said, that's fine, I get that, that's clear. Just please don't forget how we got here. Just take a moment to think it through, what price was paid for me and you to live in this country as we do. Don't take for granted the sacrifice both of land and of life. We need to remember all who died, not let their memories be swept aside. You got an apology, he said. It talked about loss, it mentioned the dead. What more do you want? He asked of me. And so I replied, in the hope he would see. We have a day for Australia, the Queen, for New Year's and Christmas and all those between, like Labour and Easter, the Anzac Parade, and just what the hell is Boxing Day? There's even a day that we have for the shows, but nothing that speaks of my people's woes. A national day to acknowledge the cause, to acknowledge all that has happened before, and I don't mean NAIDOC, I mean something more, where the whole nation stops, like it does for a horse. A day, is that too much to ask, to remind us don't ignore the past? He processed my words and looked at the ground. We both sat in silence. Then there was this sound, a sound that seemed like heaven to me, a sound of two words that said, I agree. We talked some more as the day came to end, and despite our differences, I'd made a new friend. He understood as the day came tonight that I needed some things in this country made right, and because I did not celebrate, it did not mean I was full of hate.